Hey, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and set up Telegram. Now, if you've never set up Telegram before, this may be different than anything else you've done. So we're going to walk through that process. This is just an overview, and then we'll get into the actual implementation. What's going to happen is during this setup process, we're going to receive this token from Telegram, and then we're going to deliver this token during our OpenClaw onboarding process. And we're going to give it this token, all right? And then we're going to send a message, and it's going to say, oh, it's not configured. Within Telegram, you'll see that. And then it's going to give us another code, and then we're going to take that code and give it back to OpenClaw. And then it's going to fix everything, and everything's just going to work. It's not the smoothest process. I'm going to save you a bunch of time though. Now, I want you to know we've tried this on other platforms and it didn't work very well. Telegram is your very best route. You can go and get the Telegram app for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. It's pretty easy, actually. I'm going to do everything I can to walk you through this process. And you can also do it from your phone. Okay, so once we get Telegram all set up, then the idea is we can be anywhere. And we can just talk to our OpenClaw through Telegram. All right? So I can talk to my Telegram bot all the time. All the time. Always talking to my bot, right? But to be straight up with you, there can be a downside. Like being inside of your OpenClaw dashboard console is so much more reliable. I would say that Telegram probably goes down about 10 to 15% of the time. But it is getting better all the time. And when you learn to look at commands, you'll see where it fails. But it's as dependable as it's going to be. And it's always getting better, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Telegram, as we want another way to communicate to OpenClaw rather than just through the chat dashboard. Now, a word of caution. I've seen it where people are communicating through the OpenClaw dashboard console, right, through the chat, and then also communicating on Telegram. Don't do that. It can get all screwed up, all right? So don't have both places open at the same time on the same session. Just don't try communicating in both places, right? I know it can be convenient to, have your phone open and then, okay, I'm over here now and now I'm at my computer and I'll do it. No, don't do that. Don't switch back and forth per session, okay? So, as again, like I said, through convenience, I would have Telegram open over here on my phone, and then I'd have the chat open here on my PC. And then whatever felt more convenient at the time is where I would go. But don't do that. You'll mess things up. So be careful about that. And you're going to learn this for yourself. So this thing may frustrate you a little bit. It's AI, right? So if ChatGPT has ever frustrated you, get ready. This will probably frustrate you too as well. You'll learn what to do. So just something to expect, right? It'll get better as we go forward, but just be aware that it's not 100%. I mean, really, what is? So the main thing we are going after is that token. And so I'm going to walk you through that process. You're going to get acquainted with this BotFather thing. That's what it's called in Telegram, BotFather, which is a bit different, and it's going to give you this token, right? So once it gives you this token, then you're going to go ahead and store that in a document like Notepad, Evernote, whatever you use, and that's it. Just hang on to that token, all that information, store it somewhere. So I'll show you how to get this set up in Telegram, get your token, and start using speech to text. First, be sure you have your OpenClaw launcher installed and you have a chat window. Then be sure you have your OpenAPI key installed within Claw Launcher. Whisper is what OpenAI calls their voice to text. You don't need a Whisper account and an OpenAI account. You don't need both of them. Your OpenAI API will use Whisper. So use your OpenAI API key. All right, so once you have Claw Launcher chat working, then get the Telegram app. You can set it up on your desktop or on your mobile device. This is what the Telegram app looks like, so you'll know what you're getting the right app. So you'll see we have, actually this is the iOS for Apple devices. There is also an Android, which you can find here. So this is the other link. So you got for Android or for iPhone and iPad, right? And then of course you've got the desktop version that you can get as well. So you just choose those selections there, okay? Currently, step 5 is the Telegram connection, which involves 2 parts: getting the token and also the pairing code. From here, we'll be going to our Telegram app, and once we're in our Telegram app, we will go up to the top of the chats area and you should see a search bar. In that search bar, you're going to type in BotFather, all one word. And as you type in BotFather, it should come up with a number of different BotFathers. So we need to be specific on which one we choose. You'll see the second one down with the guy in a suit, so to speak, and it says BotFather with like a little blue check mark by it. That's the one, that's the correct one that we want to use. Once we use that and we go in and we select BotFather, you should be presented with this screen. And from here, you'll click the the blue Start button. And once you do that, you're going to want to type in at the top of this list here. It doesn't show it on the screen just yet, but there you go. Type in new bot. So /new bot, /new bot. All right, so now you should get this screen, a new bot. So what do we want to call it? So you need to choose a name for your bot. In this instance, we're choosing the name Maya, M-A-Y-A. But you can choose whatever you want, you know, whether it's some movie star that you like or a hero, something that that you like, right? It can be anything. Name of your daughter, son, whatever. So now it's going to ask you for a username for your bot. And as you'll see here, you have an example of Tetris bot or Tetris _bot. So in this instance, since it's Maya, we're going to use Maya bot or Maya _bot. And as you go through this process, you may find that the bot name might be taken. Additionally, I've noticed it does seem to be somewhat case sensitive. So as you'll see here, we have the capitalized, we started with a capital and underscore bot, and you'll see that the username says is already taken. So I don't think the message is exactly 100% correct. It could be taken, but also it could be maybe how it's being written with, like I said, with a capital there. So we'll see here, I'm trying a couple of different variations and coming up with the same message that the username is already taken. So trying it with like an S or maybe numbers, or you could choose a different name altogether if you wanted. But if you really wanted to stick with this name, then you just need to work through this process to get it to work. So you'll see here we got also that the username has been already taken again. So we just keep plugging along here, whether we want to choose a different name or maybe try, instead of the capital, we go with lowercase. See what we come up with that. Seems to be a little finicky at times. Haven't really come up with a 100% method as far as what always works. So you can see this says the username is taken here. So at this point, I would probably suggest that if you like that name, to go with maybe adding some numbers to the name at the end. Or plural with an S, which I see here didn't work. So then we'll, now I guess this time, let's try it with numbers. And I'm still going to go with the lowercase syntax, just to be sure, because that seems like over time this seems to work more often than using any capitals. And again, this is the username. This username is not displayed. The actual name of your bot is what counts. So the name of this bot is Maya, and the username is Maya357 underscore bot, right? Or 547, excuse me, underscore bot. So from here, you're presented with this screen that says congratulations on your bot. So at this point, it's a little not straightforward as far as what to do, but what you do is you click on, well actually before you click on it, you might want to save this. So I'm going to show you that here. So you just save that information so you have it for future, because we're going to need this token. So that token, then you would copy that token and you paste it, go back to the Claw launcher and you paste it in there and you click the red submit button over there. And once you do that, it's going to present you with the next step, which is the second step. And that has to do with getting that pairing code. I would suggest you can save this information if you want, just for reference, if you think you want to save that part of it, just so you understand the process. But it's not necessary to save this part. That token definitely is, we want to save that, and the pairing code is always good to have too. At the end here, that both of those, the token and the pairing code, will show in your Telegram app up at the top, because that's when you started it. So unless you delete it, it should always be there. So from here, now we go back to Telegram. From Claw Launcher, we go back to Telegram here. And you go into you find your bot. Well, actually, now that's when you click on that link. you click on the link that it presented you in that, which I was about to tell you earlier. But once you click on that link, in that first statement there, the first sentence, I should say, there's a link. You actually click on that link to take you to your bot. And once you click on that link, then you'll see it show up over on the sidebar. Now that you got the pairing code, you copy that pairing code, and you then come back into Claw Launcher, and you enter that pairing code. And from here, you should be presented with a successful message, which should be coming up any second now. It says, perfect. Your Telegram bot is now connected, and you can talk to it via the OpenAI, which is called the Whisper API. So, like I said earlier, you don't need to have Whisper and an OpenAI account. Just your OpenAI account will work perfectly fine. So as long as you have your OpenAI API key installed, which was like one of the previous steps, then the Whisper function within Telegram should work fine. So you're going to want to test that out. You would go back into Telegram and push the record button in Telegram then it would take your voice command and convert it to text. And then it would follow your instructions. So there you go. I hope this helps you in setting up your Telegram bot.